It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get to see the Eagles' leader at quarterback. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Eagles and the Monarchs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the London Monarchs. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they can be well set up for the rest of the year.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Wilson. He gets it to Humphreys. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Wilson. That's out to the flat for Akers. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Milton Williams coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On the return is Cohen. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very solid gain of 27.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw here. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw again. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! Mike Williams. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's London with the football. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the 30 on second down, Wilson. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Wilson steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Brandon, never ceases to amaze me just how fast these defensive ends are in the game nowadays. Part of that is what we've seen in college football, where they've gotten smaller and faster on the defensive side of the ball, but they've brought that to the NFL because it is hard for an offensive lineman to keep them away from the quarterback.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So here are the Eagles to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have the lead here as well. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Oh, spinning away. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he's got some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Cohen. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the 1st half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
He'll dump this off to Akers. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Here comes Cohen. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this 1st half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's Williams on the catch. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And now they're in the hurry up. Back to throw now on 1st down. And this one is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the 1st half. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. 1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Mike Williams with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now Wilson on first down. Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Wilson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Final minute now of the third quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now here in London. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the 36, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
Wilson's throw pulled in by Tate. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still at a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right with his build.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Auden Tate. From 10 yards out. And the Monarchs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Wilson going to throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Hey, what we got?
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. London about set to take over on offense. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on second and long. Wilson, and that is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. To Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Second and goal from the 1. A run between the tackles with Cohen. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Tariq Cohen, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural,
yeah, but I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball. You get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Eagles, it's a clean start. 2 wins in 2 road games. And they'll get another